Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your weekly general taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, these readings are the general overtones, energies, trends and themes that we are likely to all be experiencing at some point. I really apologize about the noise, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it at the moment without dying of heat and keeping all of the windows closed. So I apologize for that. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So this week, the intuitive message when I went into my intuition was, it's not the material but how you sharpen it, right? And so what I saw in my mind was like this beautiful crystal. It kind of looked like an Apache's tear actually. But it was honed into like a really fine point. Now, if you know this, well, you know most crystals can't really be sharpened into a point that's able to be cut because it's just the properties of the stone. But the message that came through from that, it's like, okay, look at what you're seeing in your mind's eye. You're seeing this as a possibility. And so the message that came through with that in terms of its words were, it's not the material, so it doesn't matter what it's made of, it's how you sharpen it. Whatever your skills are, whatever your attributes are, whatever your gifts are, whatever your holdbacks, challenges and weaknesses are, it's not about what they're made of or what went into making them. It's about how you use them and how you allow them to shape, hone and define you in some way, shape or form. I actually really like this as a message because I know at the moment obviously everybody's having quite a tough time of it with all the crazy astrology, you know, and the way that things are shifting at this moment in time. So I really like this because for me it kind of suggests it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. What matters is how you let them shape you, how you let them change you, and how you push on or through the challenges that arise for you, and more importantly, how you let them hone you into the strongest, most powerful version of yourself, right? I'm going to read you a quote that I found on, I think it was Instagram the other day. I read it and I was like, yeah, I absolutely love that. And the quote was, I thought of you and how you seem so weathered, but even death bows in your presence, as it will for you or me, its queen. Now I'm ready for my crown, you'll see. I'll do it just how you taught me, burning alive with these phoenix wings that will shine brighter than the sky. I love that, right? And it kind of feels like that moment for all of us in some way, shape or form. We've been pushed, we've been prodded, we've been tested, and now it's time to see what strengths are there. Now it's time to acknowledge, right, that it's not about what happens, it's not about the material, it's not about the issues that come up, it's about what we do with them and what we turn into in result to that. Kind of like the message last week was about the diamond and the pressure and all of that, right? But this is about going beyond that. It's about emerging and knowing what and who you emerge as. So let's get into it. For the destiny card for the week ahead, the energy, the overarching energy, trend and theme for all of us in some way, shape or form. Two cards jumped out, but the one that's face up is the Fool. New things, places, people, right? This is it. This is that grand reset button. It's that cosmic light, that cosmic green light. It's that moment that you've been waiting for, where you've been saying, okay, you know what? This is a risk. This is a gamble. I'm not sure. All I know is that I have to walk forward. It's like for a lot of people, I kind of get the feeling as well that this week a lot of paths are going to open up, a lot of new avenues are going to open up, and as and when they do, the path ahead of you is going to look like, okay, you know what, I've never been anywhere like this, I've never done anything like this, but what I do know in my heart and soul is that this is the path for me. No matter where it leads, no matter what happens on that, no matter what the material is, I need to sharpen it in the right way, right? So the other card that popped out, yeah, of course, is the Moon card. So not all of it's going to be clear this week, right? All that we know is that some new path, some new avenue is opening up for us in some way, shape or form. All that we know on that deeper level is that somewhere we are having to walk we're having the fool's a bit tipsy there. So one too many. All we know is that in some way, shape or form, we are having to go in a new direction that we've probably never been in before. And there is confusion around that. It is the moon card. There's confusion, there's uncertainty. More importantly, at its base level, there is fear. But remember, out of all of those things, what is the thing, even if these situations seem similar, and I've said this recently in a fair few readings, so if you're watching this, you'll know, even if the situation seems similar, there is something that is vastly different this time around. It's you. Remember, the moon card is cyclic. It's about our patterns and our cycles and the ruts that we can sometimes find ourselves in because of that subconscious sphere. The moon card. Well, the Fool card is saying push beyond that, go beyond that, take the leap of faith, leap into the unknown. Right? You've got to go above and beyond what you think you know so that you can find something that you've never had before. I'm really excited by this. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit kind of like, okay, white knuckle ride, but hey ho, let's go for it. So for our direction cards, we have the Death card. So something is coming to an end or a completion or a culmination this week. And in order to go in a new direction, in order to cross that new threshold, in order to get into bed with the universe or get into a new relationship with life itself, we are going to have to let something come to its end or perish. Then we have the Star card, right? So whatever has a painful ending, whatever is a culmination, a completion, or an ending gives way, gives birth to something brighter, something bigger, something broader that we cannot as yet fathom. Why? Because we are where we are. When you tread on a new path, when you go in a new direction, it's always scary and uncertain. And this suggests to me that there is a lot of that, right? But what I'm really seeing here, especially with the Star card in the center of all of this, it's basically saying if you want those bigger results, if you want those glimpses, right? If you're having those glimpses of what things could be with the path that you are ready to take now, this is basically saying this is what you're going to get more of, and this is what you've got to go for. And then on top of that, look at this, we've got the Emperor. Now, isn't this a really interesting set of cards, right? So first of all, the Emperor, in response to all of the cards that have come up, this tells me that in a lot of ways this is about owning your environment. It's about changing your life in some way, shape or form. It's about commanding the future. It's about saying to yourself, I'm not going to let life happen to me, I'm going to be an active participant. This is really, really important stuff. Now, outside of that, for some of you, jobs, positions that you have currently may be coming to an end. For some of you, it will be the place that you live in. For some of you, it will be the relationship that you're in. Something is ending, something is closing, something is going away, something is being released, but it's the direction. This is how we use this destiny energy. So this is something happening on a conscious level. I would say, if you can, don't burn a bridge, but do close a door, do end a chapter. You know, it's really about, in a lot of ways, moving forward. Now, here's where it gets really, really interesting. The Death card is number 13, 1 and 3 give you 4. The Emperor is number 4, right? And we've got the Star card bang in the middle of these. Now, the Death card represents Scorpio, the Emperor card represents Aries, and these two, both ruled by Mars in its traditional aspect, in its traditional etymology of astrology, which in ancient astrology basically ruled Mars and Scorpio, which I find very, very interesting in a lot of ways, right? So if Aries were that overt sort of active energy and active fire, Scorpio being the Phoenix rising energy, right, would be the inner fire. So this is about balancing our inner and outer worlds, and more importantly, it's about knowing that if we want those future steps, we are going to have to let something go. We are going to have to release something. Paying attention, being aware, and the fact that this is the Star card in the middle, there are a lot of people rooting for you. More importantly, the universe is rooting for you, right? There are good things here. I'm not saying that it's all going to be easy and pie in the sky, but there's definitely great advancement that is possible for all of us in some way, shape or form. So let's have a look at the insight cards. What is coming up here? All right, what might we need to know or we need to be aware of? We've got the Queen of Cups, who is very likely to be a Pisces woman. This could be somebody that is an ally. It could be somebody that is a friend, somebody that is a nurturer or a nourisher. This could be an aspect of you, whether you're a man or a woman, and you're, you know, whether you're a Pisces or not a Pisces, or even a water sign. This is an aspect that's basically saying to you, in order for these steps to take place, this person could also be a Scorpio as well. In order for these steps to take place, you need to ask yourself, what am I nourishing? And truly, how is it nurturing me or nourishing me in return? How is it helping me sharpen the tool that is myself? Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? Look at this. This is success, abundance. It's also luck. It's being in the right place at the right time. For some of you, this is going to be that hop, skip and a jump to buying your place, the hop, skip and the jump to moving into a new place, the hop, skip and a jump for applying for that job that you're not necessarily sure you're qualified for, but you want it anyway. There's something here that suggests that there is a leap of faith. That's the Fool card. And even with the fear, you're going for it anyway. You're giving more time, energy, effort and credence to things that you maybe usually wouldn't. And then finally, as if it didn't get any better, we've got the Empress. So in some way, shape or form, a woman or women are going to be your allies this week. Reach out to your people. I mean, so for those of you that work in things like the beauty industry, for those of you that work with or in hospitality or food, this is really good news coming up for you in a lot of ways as well. The Empress coupled with the Wheel of Fortune, that is the seasons of the year. This is that real sort of, I mean, look, we're coming up to the summer solstice at this point anyway, right? So there is definitely that change in the air, but this is bringing really good news. This is bringing new life with it as well. For those of you that are looking to conceive, this is a very powerful and very fertile week. For those of you that are not looking to conceive, obviously be careful, handle your business this week. And outside of that as well, in terms of things that we might need to know or might need to be aware of, right? So what we're nourishing, what we rely on, and more importantly, what good is coming back to us, what things are being returned to us in response to the things that we've done before. I kind of get this feeling that although there's a lot of fear about the hop, skip and jump, big sort of ground shattering moves or changes that are coming up this week, there is support for all of us, not just in our personal networks, but it's like everybody seems to be rooting for each other this week. And this is something that I'm really, really enjoying about this whole, that the grand conjunction seems to have set in motion. By no means is it anywhere near done, and by no means is it anywhere nearly as supported or implemented as I would like it to be. But there's definitely a deeper sense of community already. There's more sense of people wanting to connect, people wanting to reach out, people wanting to help each other in some way, shape or form. With that said, I truly hope that this has helped you. I hope it sets you up for your week ahead. I hope it gives you some passion and fire in your bones, in your gut, to get moving on some of your plans, or even just to sustain and to hold fast in the face of whatever changes, shifts are taking place underneath you. No matter how much the ground rumbles, right? As long as you've got things, people, or even a network to support you, you can be great. And I'm going to say this message, I said it in the numerology for the month ahead, and I'm going to say it now, because obviously not all of you saw that, and it's really important that you do. If you can't find your tribe, if you can't find the people that you feel are your people, maybe you need to consider that it's you that's supposed to start that tribe. Maybe you need to consider that you are the person. And a client once asked me, not too long ago actually, she said to me, well, you know, Raf, okay, all well and good, you want me to build a tribe, but how do I do that? And I said to her, how does it rain? One water atom joins another water atom, and you know, obviously that's not very scientific, but you get my point, until the point where they're heavy enough to fall as rain, and that starts a chain reaction. Find one person, add them to your circle, to your network, build something strong with them, add another that resonates with the two of you. This is not a time to be alone. It's not a time to be isolated, right? Even if you're in lockdown, create or find an online group in some way, shape or form. With that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. I'm going to stop waffling now. Take care, have an amazing week, and I will see you soon.